Alright boys, if you thought the weapon changes were wild this season, wait till you see what they did to the operators. Break season didn't just shake up the gun meta, it went full on surgical with operator balancing. Some of your favorite mains just got cracked while others got slapped with cooldowns that feel like they were designed by your ex. In today's video, we're breaking down every single operator buff and nerf, what it means for gameplay, and which classes you should be abusing right now while they're hot. Let's start with Dwolf because they finally made him loud enough to wake up the whole lobby. The firing sound effect of the triple blaster now travels twice the distance. It used to be 50 meters, now it echoes all the way to 100. So yeah, your secret blaster flank just turned into a loud announcement. You better think twice before pulling the trigger near an enemy squad. Honestly, it's like yelling, "I'm over here," while trying to sneak. Next up is Vyron, and oh man, this one hurts a little. In operations, the dynamic propulsion cooldown went from 15 seconds to 20. That 5-second increase might not sound like much on paper, but in real matches it makes a huge difference. You'll feel it the most during quick repositioning fights or trying to escape engagements. On the flip side, they did make some interesting changes. Dynamic propulsion can now go in 8 directions, which adds way more flexibility to movement. Also, the propulsion now breaks non-bulletproof glass, which might not seem huge until you crash through a window and beam someone who thought they were safe. Oh, and you can now see the cooldown timer of the dynamic auxiliary system on screen, which is a small but solid QOL upgrade. Nox is up next and he's basically going through a glow up. Across all modes, his silent assault movement speed bonus got increased from 10% to 15%, which gives you that slick edge when flanking or sneaking behind lines. And in warfare, things get even better. The whirlwind discus base count is now a consistent 2, and tactical flashbang also spawns with 2. But the biggest buff, the silent assault's defeat score got cut from 100 down to 60. That's a huge win for objective based plays. Now you're not punished so hard for going stealthy and strategic. Now let's talk about Toxic, because this guy quietly became a movement support beast. First, they made a little tweak to the blinding gas. It now hits the ground faster and starts releasing smoke quicker, so you can reposition almost instantly. But it's the Adreno Boost buff that's a game changer. In operations, when you pop Adreno Boost, not only do you go full beast mode, but now it makes your entire squad immune to movement speed and aiming penalties caused by equipment. So yeah, your team can run through gas and flash like it's nothing for a few seconds. That's crazy in mid-fight pushes. And in warfare mode, Adreno Boost also gives teammates a 10% movement speed buff. On top of that, the Dragonfire Swarm system now reduces max health by up to 40. It used to be 20. That's a serious hit to enemy sustainability if they're caught in the swarm zone. And yes, they also added sound effects to the swarm hit and removal events, because apparently the devs want everything to be louder this season. Sliding into Shepherd, and it's a small change, but it's all about the noise again. The Sonic Trap's max sound propagation range went from 7 meters to 8, meaning now both the trap's trigger and placement are a bit more audible. That makes setting up ambushes trickier. You've got to get more creative with placement or you'll give away the whole setup. Uluru got a quiet but solid buff. The composite incendiary grenade now has a burning range increased from 4 to 5 meters. It's subtle, but trust me, if you're locking down corridors or objective zones, that extra meter of fire makes a difference. You'll tag more enemies and deny more space with every throw. Then there's Cineava, and this change feels almost like a bug fix turned buff. Now when his grapple gun latches onto a loot box or a dying operator, he can actually carry it mid-air. This opens up some creative plays for repositioning and recovering gear during tense fights. Imagine grappling a teammate's loot in mid-air while escaping a squad wipe. Yeah, that's a YouTube short waiting to happen. So what's the takeaway from all these changes? Well, for starters, Toxic is 100% in meta right now. Between the immunity buff and increased swarm damage, he's perfect for aggressive coordinated squads. Nox also just became much more viable in both casual and comp thanks to the defeat score reduction and speed boost. Vyron, while nerfed on cooldowns, now has way more tactical movement options. 8-direction propulsion is no joke if you master the angles. Dwolf, still solid, just now sounds like a jet engine when he fires. But don't forget the new Tempest operator. If you wanted more deep dive into her abilities, let me know in comments. I will provide you before the update goes live. That wraps up all the operator buffs and nerfs for break season in Delta Force Mobile. If you're switching main this season or building squad comps, these changes are absolutely going to shake things up. Let me know who you think got the biggest glow up or who got completely done dirty in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like button if this guide helped. Subscribe for more deep dive breakdowns like this. And of course, drop the FM gang if you want to be featured in the next video.